So this is the AP Classroom Unit 9 Free Response Question A, Part B of the question. So Part B of the question says, it's not very easy to read on this paper, so we'll just say there is a point on R2 at which the slope of the line tangent to the graph is tangent of 2. At this point, dx d theta equals 2 cosine 2. Find dy d theta at this point. All right, so actually, and most people did well with this, so not too many problems, but I thought I'd just go through it anyway. It depends on you knowing that the slope of the line tangent is dy dx, even though this is a polar graph and it doesn't have any x and y in it, right? But we could still imagine an x and a y coordinates. They are there. They just don't have anything to do with the functions, right? But what I can do is think of the x and the y as being parametric variables that are following from theta. So we know that for a parametric graph, dy dx is equal to dy dt over dx dt. And that's sort of the crux of this problem. So most people were successfully able to adapt that idea and say, that means that for our graph that we have, our polar coordinates, dy dx must equal dy d theta over dx d theta. And that is correct. That's the correct way to approach and solve this problem. So they gave us everything we need to solve for that. So they told us that the slope of the line is tangent of 2, so that's the dy dx is tangent of 2. And the dy d theta is what we don't know, so we just leave it as dy d theta. And they told us the dx d theta is 2 cosine 2. 2 cosine 2. And then I just solve for dy d theta. So you get 2 cosine 2 tan 2 equals dy d theta. So general suggestion for everybody. Some people went further and simplified this in various ways. You can do that, but don't. It's not in your best interest to simplify this, because if you make a mistake, then you're going to have a wrong answer on there. So you should really just leave it like that. On the AP exam, remember, you don't have to evaluate any trig functions. As long as you've got a complete answer that doesn't have any variables in it, you've answered the question as to what dy d theta is. But for people who just can't resist, since we know tangent is sine over cosine, so tangent of 2 is sine of 2 over cosine of 2, the cosine of 2's cancel out. So a lot of people wrote this that it's equal to 2 sine 2 equals dy d theta. And that's right, and that's fine, and your calculus professor will love that you can do that. But for the AP exam, it's a little extra. You don't have to do it. All right, so that is part B, which everybody did really well on.